So I'm out here, man, at Duke Ellington and shit, man. It's school legendary, right? To me, in so many ways, because it's like all my life, right? Let me take it back, cause I just got asked this question in the restaurant I was just in, and lady, nice little lady I just met named Amber. She's from Florida. She the bartender at the bar Globe Park, the little Globe Park restaurant jump. She the bartender, so we was up that jump chopping up. She got a beautiful personality, very lovely personality, right? And if her boyfriend happened to run across this video and hear about this jump, you have a awesome, awesome girlfriend. Why I say that? Your girl is friendly, but she definitely respectful too, you know what I'm saying? Like, she made it clear, like, she had her boyfriend and all that type of stuff. Like, it just came up in a conversation, you know what I'm saying? But she's, like, not no outside girl, you know what I'm saying? I like that about Amber, like, and then she from Florida, so she got that still Southern hospitality, so her little shit different and shit. Amber, be a little careful because DC is a little different, Amber. You hear me? You're not in Florida no more, but it was an honor and a pleasure to meet Amber and shit. Beautiful personality, man. I like little Amber and shit. If she was single, I would have hollered at Amber. I'm not gonna lie to you. But yeah, she just asked me because she seen my artwork and shit. So she just asked me, was like, how did you know what I'm saying, get into that? Like, did you just start painting? So I've been drawing my entire life. Thank God. The world I lived in was real different. In so many ways. But, you know, as long as I had my art, I was cool. My vision got messed up at a young age, right? So I ended up in glasses. So, you know, being in glasses, you get associated with shit, being a geek, being a nerd. But definitely, people think they could pick on you. But what people ain't understand, right, that like only select people know. Only me and Urkel knew, right? I only look like Urkel with the glasses on. When these pictures come off, I'm Stefan. And that was my shit, so on the outside, I was a nerd. I was weird and all that type of shit. But it was like one time in life, I showed up, and I wasn't there. And that's ever I had to show my art skills. But I couldn't read. I couldn't spell. My family thought it was a mockery. Like, it was like, finally, it's something he can't do. And they laughed, made mockeries and all that shit. So in school, we had to do these things called daily journals. You had to write in a daily journal and shit. I can't spell, right? And these journals is gonna get collected from by the teacher. They gonna read the journals, you know what I'm saying, and all that type of shit, right? So I used to just sit there. I didn't even really know how to express myself at that time, Slim, because I lived in a small ass box by myself that I couldn't let nobody in there. I didn't know what I was feeling at that age or what I was going through, but I had a teacher named Miss Ann. Maybe if I was to see Miss Ann today, I probably would still be able to recognize her. That's how much of an impact Miss Ann has been on my life. She don't know it though. She was just doing her job being a teacher. But she came past and was like, why you not writing in your journal? So I just shrugged my shoulders. Like I always did. So she took me to the side and asked me what's going on. Like, why I don't want to write in my journal. So I told Miss Ann, I don't know how to spell it. I don't know how, you know what I'm saying? Like, at that time, everything I could just answer with one word for real. I was a yes, no type person, you know? There was nothing outside of that. And if it had to go outside of that, I didn't know. My mind be working and I could be pulling out things right from the past, but I don't really know why or how. Miss Ann might have knew I knew how to draw or whatever, right? But Miss Ann said, since you can't write, go ahead, you could draw. You know what I'm saying? You could tell your story with drawings. So initially, I'm sitting there and tell my story with drawings. What do that mean? So I guess whatever was going on in my head, I just started drawing that shit. The images that I could see or how it appeared to me. So that went from doing weekly journals to being part of my life. I started drawing on any and everything. Like, I probably felt like what a tagger feel like when they see a blank wall. Only difference, that's my mindset when I see anything. I see an opportunity to create something. I grew up watching Bob. And Bob was always tight because yeah, start from nothing, Slim. And as Bob would say, build over time. So that's me and my art, man. It built over time. It built over time. Like, I had to go. I said, man, one day I'm gonna be drawing portraits. I'm gonna be drawing people. I told my mother when I was a kid, I said, man, one day I'm gonna be drawing people. And God worked in mysterious ways because, excuse me, that cell that I moved in, that was the jailhouse artist cell. Copeland was like that. When I say he was like that, and his little ass a cocky motherfucker too, you know what I'm saying? He one of them little cocky artists and shit. Cause when I said, man, when I moved to the cell, I was like, just to break ice, I said, I see you, I said, I see you be drawing. He said, no, I see you be doing a little drawing. He said, a little drawing? That's an understatement. Hey, my man pulled out his portfolio on my shit in that joke. Youngin, when I see his portraits, I'm like, damn, Slim. I said, you drew that? He like, yeah. He said, man, I've been doing this so long, I could teach anybody how to do this. So I was like, oh yeah, that's all right, you hear me? I said, man, I would love, you know what I'm saying, to learn that shit. I said, man, I draw. My bad, I didn't say yeah. Did I say I'm an artist? Because for a long time, I might have said I'm an artist, right? Or something like that. Or no, I might have said, because nah, I wouldn't even use artist. I probably said I draw a little bit or some shit like that. And he said, I'm going to ask you one question. How's your shading? Now that I'm on the level that I'm on, I understand why Copeland was like that and why he asked that question. You hear me? Like, it's a different conversation to be jumping out there and saying you're an artist or you draw and all that type of shit. You dig what I'm saying? Like, I don't need to hear your resume. I don't need to see your paperwork and shit. Answer these questions. Let me know, you know what I'm saying, if you really there or not. So I thought that was cool and dope of him, you know what I'm saying? Hit me with my little G check or whatever. But anywho, fast forward, we kicking in, we rapping and shit. I tell him, I said, man, I don't really be doing shit. I can draw whatever I see. So he was like, man, he said, when you learn shading, that's gonna change everything. Like, it brings more depth to your work. So I said, all right, cool. He said, look, I'm supposed to be sitting down with this kid that just moved on the tier. Copeland funny because Copeland was older and shit, you know what I'm saying? Because he kept calling this guy a kid. And this guy was bigger than me and Copeland. So I'm like, Copeland funny as shit. You hear me? He had me looking at Slim Wild like, is he a big baby? Like, why he keep calling that man a kid? You hear me? But anywho, Shorty When he seen Copeland could draw and all that type of shit, like most niggas do, come on the jumps, giving their resumes up and shit. Hey, I don't be doing all that. I let my work speak for itself and shit. I don't be want to give no resumes and shit. You hear me? And I don't know. It's something about the motherfucking surprises. You hear me? Some people like surprises, some people don't. I don't know. But yeah, I don't be doing that resume shit. So Slim gave his resume up and said, yeah, I drew this Superman picture. This John was so like that. It got me accepted into Duke Ellington. Woo woo. So boom. That's why I said this John legendary. From that conversation, Copeland now wants to see where Shorty at because, like, you brought this amazing resume over here, right? Copeland ain't go to Duke Ellington. You hear me? So now this is an opportunity for an artist to be able to chop it up with another skilled artist and swap some shit out. You did? It's like, I don't know everything, and at the end of the day, it's like, I got my way of doing shit, you got your way of doing shit, he got his way of doing shit. You should never be intimidated by an artist. I be seeing people working, I be like, damn, they dope as shit, even though, like, I might be technically styled better, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the fuck case is on this level, right? I look at they shit like on a different level, or how they did this, or they presentation and shit like that. Like, I'm on different levels, because I know I don't go to some extent that some artists do go, so I value everybody for their uniqueness because I pay attention to details. That's why I can never hate another artist and shit, or feel challenged by an artist. It was like, what you do, bruh, is what you do. And once I see that you grasp your lane, I ain't gonna get in your lane, bruh. I'm gonna let you swag, because that's how artists really do their thing. Like, it's amazing when you could, like, look at a person work and already know who the fuck did it without needing to see their signature. That's uniqueness. That's authentic shit. You dig? You can't buy that or plagiarize that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why motherfuckers trying to steal my work. It's like humanly impossible, bro. You can't steal my work because I have a signature style. That's it. That's all. I got a signature style, and all the way down to the way I background my pictures, bro. Picture nigga trying to steal my shit. You hear me? Hey, bro. I'm the one that put the sparks in the back of the motherfucking picture, bruh. And don't nobody fucking do their portraits like I do my portraits, bruh. Go look at any artist. You ain't gonna never find another Winter artist. You hear me? Unless he run around calling himself uncle. You hear me? But yeah, though. I sat down with Copeland and the Duke Ellington kid, right? So boom, Copeland taking us through, giving us little lessons and shit with the shade game. Once I learned that shade game, Slim, it was a rap ski. I don't know. Like, Copeland showed us how to shade what to look for when you, like, looking for light and dark. Took us around the nose, showed us what you supposed to be looking for and shit. Took us around the lips, told us how lips usually are and the different ways and shapes and stuff. And he's like, once you really get out there, you gonna start being able to see it for yourself, you know what I'm saying, and really grasp that jump. And you gonna get more intrigued when you can catch more. So it was like, I'm in jail, but I was in college for real, for real. I don't look at my prison stay as jail. I mean, yeah, it got aggressive, but shit, in college shit get wild. So I didn't give a fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was in college, like, no bullshit, because, like, a lot of my fucking prisons that I was at actually looked like college campus. Them Jones wasn't no East Side High, Welcome to the Jungle. Fuck no, not up in Hagerstown. They don't play that shit. What? Hey, my good Hagerstown men do not play that shit. No sir, Bob. Step on that grass if you want to. You hear me? Like, Slim. I'm so still programmed. I don't even walk on grass like that, bro. I don't. Unless we at a function and we could just mingle across the grass. But, like, if I'm walking somewhere, bro, I don't just be cutting across people's grasses like that. Fuck no. You hear me? What? Hey, I don't even know if I still got in my head that niggas gonna take off running and tackle me and shit. Yeah. Yeah. Them Bama's what? My good man out Hagerstown, Slim, ain't give no fucking flying fucks at all, Slim. I never in my motherfucking life seen motherfuckers haul ass to danger. You hear me? Yeah. They haul ass to danger out that jump. I'm gonna get y'all that another time. You hear me? But yeah, Copeland sat down, man, and broke that jump down, right? Gave us the little steps. Then he got a magazine, ripped out a random page, right, of a lady face. He said, all right, we're going to draw this jump. So I'm saying, like, all this nigga did was show me how to shade a fucking eye, how to shade a fucking nose, and how to shade a lip. And then he gonna pop out with a fucking magazine talking about we about to draw this face. What the fuck is up with this guy? You hear me? Anywho, I want to see this magic trick. You hear me? So he get his little rule out and shit. So he said, man, make a grid, you know what I'm saying? So we make the little grid, you know what I'm saying? Like, he showed us how to make the little lines and shit, right? So we make the grid on the paper. He said, do it light, because you're going to need the ratio grid. Okay, cool. Then he took the picture and he put it in the plastic, and then he made a grid over the plastic. So now it took me back to elementary schools where you had to do that little, in this square, like what you see in this square, draw that jump, and then draw the other jump, then at the end it's gonna make a picture. That's what we was doing. We was in one little square, focus on one thing, draw that little part. Go to the next square, what it look like in that jump, draw that part. You know what I'm saying? And look at the next square, draw that part. At the end, if you draw your shit correctly, you gonna have a good picture, a good image and shit. If you didn't draw your jump that good, it's gonna show. You hear me? It's gonna show. So boom. I thought that was a cool little technique, you know what I'm saying, on how to do the outline of the face and shit. And then, next thing you know, the techniques from the eyes, the nose, and the lips, that was the foundation. Everything else, you know, you was gonna gradually find your way around that shit, you know? And I drew my first fucking face. Not only did I draw my first fucking face, I did awesome that my shit looked just like Copeland jump, right? Not exactly like it, but I was like, I was closer than the Duke Ellington kid. You hear me? I was way past him. You know what I'm saying? I passed his ass. Like, I flew past him and shit. So that's why I was just like smelling myself and shit. I'm like, you telling me I'm out drawing some motherfucking prestigious school going ass nigga? Damn, you like that, Bob? You hear me? You like that? I was proud of myself and shit. That was my first face. And I spanked that jump. And I shitted on younger jump. Yeah. I held on to that picture for a long time. That was my trophy jump. That was my first portrait and shit. I don't know where it's at now. I might still got it somewhere in my little archives. I don't know. I moved around so much and shit. But, yeah, Slim. I was proud of myself. I was happy as shit. And then, like, earlier, they used to have inspection and shit, right? On Wednesdays and shit, right? So, boom. The inspection come around after we drew these pictures. The CEO on the tier, because she was watching the whole time Copeland was teaching us do the jump, she was like, go get y'all drawings and put them on the table. So when the inspection came through, because they come through with the lieutenants and captains and shit, they come walking through, they stopped at the table, they looking, and they was like, yeah, the inmates on the unit, they responsible for drawing this. They had the magazine shout out, man. All of them looking at us like, oh, that's what's up. Gave us little shout outs, and we won inspection. Got the little movie night and popcorn and shit. Yeah, yeah. Shout out to my man Copeland Young. Like, I be wishing like hell I could run into bruh. Like, I think I encountered him, right? Copeland used to smoke crack. You know what I'm saying? Most artists do have, you know what I'm saying, like, tough backgrounds and shit, because I don't know, the way our brains is, it might be too much sometimes, because we creative and shit. It's like, I know my shit be like an iPhone with all the apps open and shit sometimes. So yeah. But yeah, I be wanting to see, bro. You know what I'm saying? I want him to see and be proud of himself. Like I'm responsible for that. You mean to tell me this work that this guy is putting out, I did that? Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to my man Copeland, man, for sitting down on the unit with me, man. He ain't have to do that shit, Slim. I got a free lesson, you hear me? And it changed my life, you hear me? Because the rest of my bid, that's what I was doing, drawing, perfecting my skill, trying to get better and better and better, you hear me? To running into like 2012, like at the end of my first bid, I'm about to go home. I ran into an artist named Ren's the Artist. I think he go by Ren's the Artist or something like that. So, or I don't know what he's going by right now. But I ran into Holmes and shit, right? He was the little artist down JCI and shit, airbrush and everything. Him and his man D Money and shit, right? G Money. So boom. He was my brother's cell buddy, so when I came into jail, by us looking alike, he already pulled up on me, hollered at me, blah, blah, blah. He's like, yeah, your brother already told me about you, woo, woo. And then I already knew what was up with Holmes. He had a cell phone down in John, so he also wanted to get up on me and, like, make sure I ain't put his business out in the streets and shit. Like, Holmes, I ain't here for all that. Like, yeah. So we was Gucci. Youngin was like, I'm going to get you up the art club. Got me up the art club. He's the airbrush artist. He don't let everybody on this machine. Put me on the airbrush machine. Let me play around with the Jones. I've been wanting to touch an airbrush since I was a little youngin', going over Landover Mall, watching Cuz airbrush. So boom, to be in a position to touch an airbrush machine, I was overwhelmed and shit, you hear me? So I was nervous and shit, cause I don't want to fuck his shit up. This how bro make his money and shit, right? So, but yeah, he used to let me play on the jump. I know it ain't no toy and shit, so I just fuck around a little bit and shit, get off his shit, cause I don't like fucking with people's shit for real, you hear me? And be held accountable for that jump. Like if I'm gonna spend the money, let me buy my own shit, you hear me? Instead of replacing somebody else's shit. That's how I see shit. Yeah, so, but yeah, bro, let me on this joint, and I had fun and shit, so that was like my first taste, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I think about that shit, I always want to say Taste of DC, but that was my first taste of the airbrush game, was fucking with Rick. So, when I came home and some Bama's tried to finesse me on a little move, right? I ain't gonna cap to you, I was trying to eat. Excuse me. I was trying to eat. I'm just getting out the jump. I just need some bread real quick to get on my feet. I'm going to bust a move, you know what I'm saying, go legit. I ain't doing nothing wicked. I ain't trying to go back. So I'm trying to let the Bama go ahead and drop something in my account. I don't know this shit is a scam and shit. So yeah, I was boo-boo the fool. Nigga try to get me together, but I go ahead and lock that down once I seen he wasn't coming back with no information. Let me know nothing. You hear me? So I locked my shit down. Boom. But 400 popped up in my account. I don't know where it came from. You hear me? Between him and the bank, I don't know. But 400 popped up in my shit that wasn't in there before. You know what I'm saying? Because I made sure my shit was on zero before I let bro get the car. So yeah, 400 popped up in my jump. I said, thank you, Lord. So they cleared that. Said, go over to the ATM and test that jump out. Test that jump out. Pull all that out. You hear me? And I said, look, God, you blessed me with this after me, you know what I'm saying, about to make that mistake, and I got my account back, I'm going to do the right thing. Yes, indeed. I went and invested into my airbrush equipment, yep. I bought me a tank that day. I bought me an airbrush gun, Slim, and I thank God for that because I never looked back, you hear me? God blessed me with that bread, and then I took that bread and did the right thing. I invested in my motherfucking career, Slim. I got my airbrush machine, and even though I ain't have no real experience airbrushing no portrait yet, right? But I've been drawing, so I was just playing around with the jump one day, and I was just like, man, forget this. I said, I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna learn this machine until, you know what I'm saying, I get it. So I said, man, I started doing something on a cardboard, and I was like, hold up. I said, if I get this one reaction, if I get this one reaction that I think I'm about to get, it's a wrap. I'm going after a portrait. So I'm playing on the jump. And then I pull that jump back and I said it's a wrap. I got the reaction I was looking for. I said it's a wrap. I'm going after a portrait. Boom. My first jump. I did the Chuck jump and shit. I was proud of myself because I ain't never airbrushed no portrait, bruh. I ain't never airbrushed no portrait in my life, and I took on that jump. It wasn't all that and shit. At the time, I thought it was the shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought it was the shit looking back over that jump. I was like, damn, Slim. Hey, that looked like little baby KK could have did that jump. You hear me? But it was all good, though. I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? It helped me build up my motherfucking shit. I was proud. I'm proud of all my work that I did because it was growth in my shit. You know what I'm saying? Where I came from and then where I'm at now, it's like Slim. I'm still growing. Like I still see more and more as I go on and shit. Like my window is just like open now and it's crazy, and I'm kind of happy with it because it's like I'm at a spot where I'm not in a rush to complete a project any longer. So if it takes me a month to do, cool. Long I get to attach and get to hit what I want to hit. You know what I'm saying? Meet my marks. Well, I'm gonna get up out this joke, man. Hey, good. Thank you for hanging out with me, man. Good listening to y'all, man. Love y'all. Peace, blessings.